Today, it just feels appropriate, right? I'm Michael Smerconish in Philadelphia. Last night in Detroit, President Biden was greeted by a crowd chanting, "Don't you quit." He gave a fiery speech about staying in the race and finishing the job.
Folks, you probably noticed there's been a lot of speculation lately. What's Joe Biden going to do? Is he going to stay in the race? Is he going to drop out? Here's my answer. I am running, and we're going to win.
But hang on, the polling is showing that his candidacy is in danger of turning blue states purple. Per today's New York Times, quote, as President Biden insists he'll stay in the presidential race, Democrats are growing increasingly alarmed that his presence on the ticket is transforming the political map, turning light blue states into contested battlegrounds. Down-ballot Democrats, local elected officials, and party strategists say Minnesota, New Hampshire, New Mexico, Virginia, all of which Mr. Biden won comfortably in 2020, could be in play in November after his miserable debate performance last month. And this is just one of several recent developments potentially harmful to his candidacy. Some major Democratic donors have told the largest pro-Biden super PAC that roughly $90 million in pledged donations is now on hold if President Biden remains atop the ticket. At least 19 House members have called on him to drop out, as well as 24 former lawmakers, as House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries withholds his endorsement. As the pressure mounts, the president is scheduled to meet today virtually with multiple groups of congressional Democrats. And on at least 3 occasions since the debate, the White House has had to revise accounts of the president's medical care, and the president has refused to undergo additional testing. The New York Times was first to report that the Biden campaign is now polling to see how Kamala Harris fares against Donald Trump. It's believed to be the first time since the debate that the Biden team has sought to test her viability. Polls show that she has only a 29% favorability, and his is only at 34% favorability. We don't know what the latest Harris numbers will show, but we do have lots of data on Biden's standing, none of it encouraging for an incumbent. It's misleading to characterize the race as a dead heat, even if polls show it within the margin of error, or as NPR PBS Marist found, Biden actually leading by 2, 50-48. Remember, we don't elect by a national vote. If we did, Hillary Clinton would be finishing her second term right now. We rely on the Electoral College, hence it's all about the 6 battleground states: Arizona, Pennsylvania, Nevada, Georgia, Wisconsin, Michigan. And according to Real Clear Politics, right now, Trump leads in each. Here's another way to think about it. If the national polling is deadlocked, it's actually indicative of a potential Trump blowout. In 2016, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by 2.1% and lost the Electoral College 306 to 232. In 2020, Biden won the popular vote by 4.5%, won the Electoral College 306 to 232. It means that Biden probably needs to be ahead in the national vote by at least 4% in order to win in the Electoral College. At this point in 2020, Biden was ahead of Trump by between 9 and 11 points. But as I said, then went on to win by 4.5. Moreover, most Democrats say they want him to drop out. 67% of Americans say he should end his candidacy, including 56% of Democrats. Yesterday on radio, I spoke with David Wasserman, the senior editor and elections analyst with the Cook Political Report with Amy Walter. This week, it was the Cook Political Report that moved 6 states away from Joe Biden and toward Donald Trump. Arizona, Georgia, and Nevada have gone from toss-up to lean Republican. Minnesota, New Hampshire, and Nebraska's 2nd congressional district have gone from likely Democratic to lean Democratic. David Wasserman told me where so many voters have pre-sorted themselves into like-minded communities, the resulting echo chambers preclude big shifts that we might have seen in elections past from a candidate meltdown or, say, a felony conviction. As a result, we don't see big shifts in the race. He also said that Biden has lost so many Black, Latino, and young voters that if the election were held next week, his path would be very slim. Like David Wasserman, famed Democratic political guru Doug Sosnick has just opined that President Biden's electoral path has all but vanished. Quote, Trump is now the clear frontrunner to be the next president of the United States. And David Axelrod said this week that the odds of a Trump landslide are greater than a Biden narrow victory. Something else to consider. The president speaks as if the race is just beginning. It's actually closer to the end. Hundreds of millions of dollars have already been spent. One of two agreed-upon debates is over, and not even a Trump felony conviction has moved his needle downward. The first votes will be cast in the states of South Dakota and Minnesota on September 20. That's just 69 days from now. Presidential elections can no longer be thought of as revolving around Election Day. Election Day is instead the final opportunity to vote. So although political races have volatility, if the Biden team is being truthful in taking the latest data to the president, they'll be telling him, sir, in all likelihood, there's no path to victory.